All right, friends. We're gonna talk today about um, VaultSwitch. So VaultSwitch is kind of a strange name, maybe a little bit, but the broader or higher level thing that's much more interesting is um, being able to change your exposure. So today, I haven't looked at the price of ETH or crypto more broadly, but I've I've been in situations where uh, I don't want to have exposure to stablecoins anymore, and I've been on the other end of the spectrum where I don't want to have exposure to ETH or some other speculative crypto asset anymore. Why? Because the price is going up or the price is going down, and I want out basically. Now, when it comes to Lazy Summer, we're all about giving you automated exposure to the highest quality yield in DeFi. Now, what that means, or what it used to mean, is that you would go to earn, or you'd go to earn, and you'd have to select an asset. So say you had some stable coins um, that you wanted to deploy and earn on. And the whole thing with us, I think, or I really believe, is that you never want to have any of these assets sitting idle. So, especially in lazy summer, you get nice diversified exposure to different strategies, whether you want it to be higher risk or lower risk on mainnet or on base, or some other L2 or some other network altogether. And, you know, prior to VaultSwitch, you would sort of be pigeonholed into that strategy. So, for example, I have I believe a USDC strategy open here, and just give it a second, and it will pop up. Maybe 2 seconds. There you go. So actually, I have an ETH strategy open here, and actually, no, sorry, I have a USDC strategy here. We should get rid of empty positions. Actually, that's a good reminder. And yeah, so here's my USDC position. Let's actually check the price of ETH today. And ETH is going up a little bit over the past hour. Actually, flat over the past hour. But let's say flat, generally speaking. So I might be in a scenario where I'm like, maybe things are gonna get better from here. It's been a strange year. Let's be honest. It's been a strange year so far in terms of crypto price action. It's been a strange market cycle in general in terms of crypto price action. But maybe the bull market is coming back to market tomorrow. And I want to have exposure to ETH. I don't want to have exposure to USDC. So I would go to my position, and I would simply click this switch tab. Now, I'll be prompted right away with where do I want to switch my position to, and I can very clearly see the core thing here, which is this is not just a swap. Like it's not just going from. I mean, in theory it is, but um, it's not just going from hey, I have USDC, I want to buy some ETH. It's never letting go of this notion of compounding, never letting go of this notion of yield. So I can click my USD or have my USDC position. I can choose where I want to go. So for me, I only care about ETH. I can filter by ETH, and I see that I can go from USDC to ETH. So I just select that, and I now can see not only the assets that I'm going to, but I can see the rate that I'm going to get. So just about above the staking rate, and I have the APY spread. So the APY spread is simply a very simple calculation that's just saying what is the live APY or the current APY that you're getting on your current position, less and the difference, less the difference of the new position. And you can see here I'm getting a not as good interest rate or interest rate, um, and that's fine with me because I'm getting the assets that I want, which is ETH, which has higher volatility and stuff like that. So I'm fine with taking a loss, so to speak, on the spread. So then I click preview really really quickly, and it's lovely. So here core thing that we always love to give users is this notion of confidence. So as a user, when you're going from USDC to ETH and switching your position, you never have to second guess what's going to happen. So you know what's changing. That's the core question. What is going to change, and how can you be confident in what's going to change? So you're going from USDC to ETH. That's great. That's what I want. I think the bull market is coming back tomorrow. I have my fingers crossed, and I know that my live APY is going from 6 to just below 3, which is fine because I'm going to ETH, and I'm happy to take on that loss of APY for the exposure to the volatility or expected volatility from ETH. And same goes for the 30-day APY. Now, the 1 year earning difference is the calculation of how much yield denominated in US dollars that I can expect to earn. So in this case, my small position here is would go from earning around $9 in a year to just around $4.50 in a year, which is great to know. And then I get all the sort of price impact details and stuff like usual. And bang, just like that, my position is switched, and I went from having a USDC lower risk position, so exposure to USDC, and now I went to having exposure to ETH in one simple transaction, and having exposure to ETH and exposure to ETH yield. So the best DeFi yields for ETH, I'm automatically having exposure to in a simple transaction. And one last thing I'll mention is um, yeah, the notion of being able to do a partial switch. So I did obviously all of the assets that I had in this position, but I can easily just do click edit and do 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, whatever. So yeah, it's great. And I can simply go to that new position, and it's great. I can see here everything I need to know. And most importantly, I can see where my yield is coming from on ETH, which is just a beautiful thing. Yeah, last thing I'll say is how I'm thinking about this VaultSwitch for the future. And in an ideal world, as I said, the bull market is coming back tomorrow. But what happens when the inevitable bear market comes? And for me, I think it's great. I can be in this ETH position. Maybe my ETH is going to 2x from here or 3x, and I'll be able to just easily go back into stables and get the best in class yield in a simple transaction. And that's beautiful.